Peace. This is Long Trail with the Super Longevity Institute. Today I'm gonna be talking about uh my personal beliefs on spirituality and the afterlife. Um the title of this episode is The Afterlife is a Myth. I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, and some people are not gonna mess with me after this, but hey, that's the price you pay for being for having some different views that most people don't have. The afterlife is a myth. I work in hospice during the day. I see people die every day, and most people die in agony. Um, One time I was taking a trip to the morgue, well, not to the morgue, to the freezer to put a body in in the freezer. And when I put the body in the freezer, I seen a young child there, and left a really bad impression on me, and a deep, deep, deep impression on me. And I start to realize that most of what we was taught is ready-made ideas that existed in the past that we never challenged in ourselves. We never thought to ourselves. We never questioned these views that we hold so dear. We hold so dear, and we never investigate where any of these ideas come from. Most of them come from fear of the unknown, and just fear of of death itself. Um, to me, when the mind is just an abstraction of the brain. When the brain dies, you're no more. To think otherwise is going down the wrong path. The reason why life extension is not fought for is because so many people hold the view that there is an afterlife and that they could fuck this life up and then maybe they'll get a second chance. We're not going to get a second chance. This is the only life we only get one life. That's it. Supernaturalism, things that are beyond the laws of physics, these things, there's no evidence of there being an afterlife. Nobody's coming back to tell us, yeah, the afterlife is cool. Um, I'm living in heaven right now. That doesn't happen. Even the people who say that happens, their stories are questionable, and they have a lot of holes in it. Even the idea of a soul, the idea of I know people are going to be real upset with me, but I'm going to say it anyway. The idea of a soul is ready-made. It's a ready-made idea that we never question too. The soul being that part of us that survives death. And I have a problem with that because the earth is not a waiting room for the afterlife. It's not a waiting room for the afterlife. The only life we get is the one we have today. We must improve this life and extend the lifespan today. This is why reversing the aging process through science and technology is important. Because one day, if this generation doesn't get it, hopefully the next generation will get in and fight, and study and know that they can figure out what causes us to age and cure it. Because here at the Super Longevity Institute, we believe that aging is a disease, and it's a disease that can be conquered. Once you hit certain age, like I said in my other videos, that's when you get the age-related problems. So, that being said, I want to show you a couple of books of mine from my library. I like to share the books I'm reading because it's not enough to just sit here and talk. I like people to go and do their own homework. Right. The first one, this book holds dear to me. I'm not sure if I showed this before, but I'm gonna show it again. Okay. It's called "What Was Man Created For." It's a Russian dude named Nikolai Fedorov who believed that he was what's deep. He was an Orthodox Christian. For all your Christians, he believed that we can reverse the age of process through science and technology. He wanted to fight death, natural. Um, he wanted to fight death, unite humanity, and fight death through science and technology. Nikolai Fedorov, what was man created for? This guy was ill. Okay, I feel bad for people like him because they lived in a time where people didn't hold these ideas, and it was so out there that. And when we say, well, let me just finish my thought. They're so out there that people couldn't connect to them. So I feel really these guys, man. Whew, um, yeah, he felt that the fight for death can be that's one of our that can be a unified factor. And scientists, when the scientists that investigate aging process to reverse it, when they say death, fighting death, they mean all biological senescence, meaning that um that don't mean that you're not going to die. It just means that you won't have any diseases that will kill you. Okay, so they don't mean immortal. They don't mean mythical immortality that you can live forever. You'll just live super long lives. When you want your children to live 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old, and not age, they'll when you want that. Nikolai Fedorov, what was man created for? This is the book that's hard to find. It's actually out of print. I mean, I've seen it for like $1,000, $2,000. This is a really hard book to get. You can get it from the library. You can look at it in the library, copy it though. And oh, can't forget this book, The Soul Fallacy. Prometheus Books, man, that publishing company is ill. I mean, we got to, people always say, "Oh, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual," but then you hold ideas of the afterlife. Where you think they came from? This was a bribe by the leaders in religion to get you to do to control you. It's a bribe. Oh, if you do good, you're gonna go to heaven. Why do I need to be persuaded by idea of heaven to bribe of heaven to do good? You know, doing good has its own intrinsic value. Again, the soul is a fallacy. The idea of a soul, something that survives death. This idea was created when there was no science. We didn't have the technology and the science that we have today. So we didn't know what a cell looked like, what an atom looked like when we created these ideas. We didn't know that the brain was the seat of consciousness. Again, the soul is a fallacy. What science shows we gain from letting go of our soul belief? I don't know, Rakim. You say you got soul, but I don't. I beg to differ. I love you, but I beg to differ, baby. Damn. And you're not gonna find too many books like this that challenge the cultural zeitgeist. Okay, the myth of an afterlife. This book right here. I don't know if you can see that. This book breaks it down, man. And it's about the lectures from all types of scientists, cognitive scientists, neuroscientists. I mean, they're going in. They're going in. They're challenging this belief that we have some other life somewhere else where we don't get cancer. Anyway, it's all a fallacy. And if people knew that they only had this life, they will fight for it to have a better life right here. They will fight for this life. The reason why they believe in the afterlife because they don't believe in this one. And this is the end of the episode. The Myth of an Afterlife. Get those books. Let me show them one time before I exit. Got the green tea in the cup right here. I'm not playing any games. Excuse me. The tea went down the wrong throat, the wrong tube. I'm not playing no games. I don't care how many numbers I get. I'm gonna speak the truth. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna break through. Because on every corner, there's a church and a liquor store and a beauty salon. And everybody's praying. I was listening to TV today, and the guy kept saying, "Let's pray for this or let's pray for that." Haven't we done enough praying? Knowledge is the key, and the application of that knowledge is the key. Okay. I'm gonna show these books one more time. You can get this on Amazon. The Myth of an Afterlife. The Soul of a Fallacy. Nikolai Fedorov. What was man created for? This is Loma Trail with the Super Longevity. Subscribe, comment, push the like button, press the notification button. It helps the channel to grow. Single out salute, one love.